Hey beauties, it's Chantal. Welcome back to my channel. I'm coming to you guys with soft skin and moisturized hair, and it is because of the shea butter recipe I'm going to share with you guys. So the first thing you're going to need is some high quality shea butter, and I will put a link in the description box of where I purchased mine. Shea butter has so many amazing benefits, and with the oils that I added, it took this butter to another level. You can use whatever oils you want, but I chose grapeseed oil, olive oil, Jamaican black castor oil, rosemary oil, jojoba oil, and orange essential oil. So next you're just going to spoon out the amount of shea butter you want into a bowl, and you do want to use a bowl because we're going to be using the double boiler method, which I think is the best method to melt the shea butter because it just preserves as much of the benefits as possible. If you use something like the microwave, it's just going to nuke it too fast and you're going to lose a lot of that goodness, which we don't want. We want all of that goodness, okay? So once you've chosen your amount, you're going to go ahead and put your bowl on top of your hot water and allow the shea butter to melt. Honestly, guys, this part is just a waiting game, but I use my spoon to go ahead and break up any of the big pieces, and it really only took about 5 to 6 minutes for my oil to completely melt. So after my oil was fully melted, I went ahead and added all of my oils while the shea butter was still warm. I added about 1 to 4 tablespoons of each oil and 10 drops of the rosemary essential oil and the orange essential oil. You guys will also see that I added some of the Miche Beauty Oil blend, and that is because that oil smells so good, you guys. And that oil along with the rosemary and orange oil had my shea butter smelling so good. It smelled like I got it off the shelf in a store. It was so good. I only ended up adding 1 tablespoon of the jojoba oil, and that's only because that's all I had. But you guys definitely want to add this oil because it's the closest oil to the natural sebum that we produce on our hair and skin, so it's a really good oil to have. So once I added all of the oils, I went ahead and just stirred it just to combine everything evenly, and then I went ahead and put that into my freezer just for about 30 to 45 minutes. You don't want to put it in too long because then the shea butter is going to get frozen and too hard to whip. Coming up, you guys are going to see that I boiled my whisk, and that's just to sterilize it because I'm going to be using it on my baby's skin and hair as well. So here comes the fun part. Guys, this part was a little bit too fun for me. I felt like I was baking or something. So you're just going to whip your shea butter until it's really nice and creamy. I whipped mine for about 5 to 7 minutes. I find that if I whip it for longer than that, it gets down to room temperature and it's not as creamy, so it's harder to, add into my containers. Now this is about where I stopped mine, when it was nice and fluffy and I just wanted to dip my finger in it and taste it. So this is just a makeshift piping bag to put the shea butter into my containers. It's definitely not necessary. You can definitely just scoop it in with a spoon, but this part is just more fun and it makes the shea butter look nicer in the containers, and it's a whole lot less messy. So these are the containers that I chose. I love the fact that they were glass and that they were not too deep, so that when the shea butter gets low, it's easier to scoop out. So I ended up getting about 3 of these containers full, which is so much shea butter, you guys. A little bit goes a long way. I hope you guys will go ahead and give this shea butter recipe a try. You guys, it's so good for hair and skin. I have the most moisturized hair when I use this. If you guys do use it, definitely let me know. And if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, hello, like what are you doing? Subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.